9 Worst Foods that make your farts smell deadly. Hello everyone, welcome to 1MT Health Channel. Farts. They're a part of life, an unavoidable bodily function that we all experience. While farting is perfectly normal and even a sign of a healthy digestive system, there are times when the odor can be, well, lethal. The foods we eat play a significant role in the gas we pass, and some foods are notorious for causing the smelliest farts known to mankind. If you've ever been in a situation where you wished you could simply disappear after letting one loose, it might be time to reassess your diet. Here's a look at the top 9 worst foods that make your farts smell deadly. Before moving forward, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for future interesting videos. 1. Cruciferous vegetables. We've all heard that veggies are great for our health, but cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage can create some seriously smelly gas. These vegetables contain a sulfur compound called glucosinolates, which break down into hydrogen sulfide in the gut. Hydrogen sulfide is the same compound responsible for the rotten egg smell, which explains why cruciferous veggies are often linked to foul-smelling farts. In addition to glucosinolates, these vegetables are high in fiber. While fiber is essential for digestive health, it's not easily digested by the human body. When fiber-rich foods reach the large intestine, gut bacteria ferment the fiber, producing gas as a byproduct. The combination of sulfur and bacterial fermentation results in a potent smell that can clear a room in seconds. However, it's worth noting that despite the smell, these veggies are incredibly nutritious, so don't cut them out entirely, just be mindful of your portions. 2. Beans and legumes. Beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. There's a reason why this rhyme is so well known. Beans and legumes are infamous for causing gas. The primary culprit is a type of carbohydrate called oligosaccharides, which the human body cannot digest on its own. Since we lack the enzymes to break down oligosaccharides, they pass through the small intestine intact and head straight for the large intestine, where gut bacteria go to work fermenting them. This fermentation process releases gases like methane, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen, which are responsible for the bloating and flatulence that often follow a bean-heavy meal. The gas itself may not always be smelly, but when combined with other foods or certain gut bacteria, it can take on a much more unpleasant odor. If you love your beans and legumes but hate the aftermath, try soaking them before cooking or consuming smaller portions. 3. Dairy products. For those who are lactose intolerant, dairy products can be a significant cause of gas and bloating, often accompanied by a nasty smell. Lactose, the sugar found in milk and other dairy products, needs the enzyme lactase to be properly digested. People who are lactose intolerant don't produce enough lactase, so the lactose remains undigested in the intestines. When lactose reaches the large intestine, bacteria ferment it, resulting in the production of gas. This gas can be particularly smelly, especially if large amounts of dairy are consumed. Cheese, milk, yogurt, and ice cream are common offenders. And if you're one of the many who experience lactose intolerance, cutting back on dairy or opting for lactose-free alternatives can save you from some embarrassing situations. 4. Onions and garlic. While onions and garlic are known for adding delicious flavor to dishes, they can also cause some pretty gnarly smelling farts. Both onions and garlic contain sulfur compounds similar to cruciferous vegetables, which are notorious for causing pungent odors. When sulfur is broken down in the intestines, it releases gases that can smell like rotten eggs. Onions also contain fructans, a type of carbohydrate that can be difficult for some people to digest. When fructans aren't properly absorbed in the small intestine, they move to the large intestine, where bacteria ferment them and produce gas. This combination of sulfur and fermentation can lead to farts that are especially smelly. Cooking onions and garlic can reduce their gas-producing effects, but if you're particularly sensitive, you may need to limit your intake. 5. Eggs. Eggs are an excellent source of protein, but they can also be the reason behind some of the most unpleasant smelling farts. The sulfur compounds found in eggs are the main cause of the stinky gas they can produce. When these compounds are broken down in the gut, they release hydrogen sulfide, which smells exactly like rotten eggs. Some people are more sensitive to the sulfur in eggs than others, and their digestive systems may produce more gas as a result. If eggs are a staple in your diet, but you find yourself suffering from stinky farts, You might want to limit your consumption or pair them with other foods that are less likely to cause gas. Additionally, cooking eggs thoroughly can help reduce the smell, so make sure your eggs are well done if you're trying to avoid deadly farts. 6. Fatty and fried foods. It's no secret that fatty and fried foods are bad for your health, but did you know they can also make your farts smell worse? Foods high in fat are more difficult to digest and take longer to pass through the digestive system, which gives bacteria more time to ferment the food and produce gas. The longer food sits in the gut, the more gas is produced, and the more likely it is that your farts will smell terrible. In addition to the slow digestion of fats, fried foods often contain unhealthy oils and additives that can irritate the digestive system and contribute to gas production. The combination of slow digestion and irritated intestines can lead to farts that are not only smelly, but also more frequent. If you're looking to reduce the odor of your farts, cutting back on greasy and fatty foods is a good place to start. 7. Processed foods. Processed foods, including snacks, frozen meals, and fast food, are often loaded with artificial ingredients, preservatives, and low-quality fats that can wreak havoc on your digestive system. These foods are typically low in fiber and high in unhealthy fats, which can slow down digestion and increase gas production. Processed foods may also contain artificial sweeteners like sorbitol and mannitol, which are known to cause gas and bloating. When processed foods sit in your digestive system for too long, they can ferment and produce gas that smells particularly foul. The additives and preservatives used in these foods may also contribute to bad odors, making your farts even more unbearable. To avoid the gas-inducing effects of processed foods, try to stick to whole, natural foods as much as possible. 8. Alcohol. It's no surprise that alcohol can lead to some digestive issues, including bloating, gas, and diarrhea. But did you know that it can also make your farts smell awful? Alcohol, especially beer, contains high levels of carbohydrates that can be difficult to digest. Beer in particular is made from grains that contain gluten, which can cause gas in people who are sensitive to gluten. Additionally, alcohol irritates the digestive system, which can lead to increased gas production. The yeast used in fermentation can also contribute to bloating and foul-smelling gas. If you notice that your farts are particularly smelly after a night of drinking, it might be time to cut back on the booze or switch to lower carb options like wine or spirits. 9. Red meat. Red meat is a common source of smelly farts, largely because it's more difficult to digest than other types of protein. When red meat isn't fully broken down in the digestive system, it can sit in the intestines and ferment, leading to the production of gas. This gas can be particularly smelly due to the high levels of sulfur found in red meat. In addition to sulfur, red meat contains a lot of fat, which can slow down digestion and give bacteria more time to break it down. The result is gas that smells particularly rancid. If you're a meat lover but want to avoid smelly farts, consider cutting back on red meat and opting for leaner proteins like chicken, fish, or plant-based alternatives. Conclusion: while it's impossible to avoid farting altogether, understanding which foods are likely to cause the smelliest farts can help you make more mindful dietary choices. Cruciferous vegetables, beans, dairy products, onions, garlic, eggs, fatty foods, processed foods, alcohol, and red meat are all known to produce foul-smelling gas. By adjusting your diet and being aware of your body's reactions to these foods, you can minimize the stink and avoid those embarrassing moments. Just remember that everyone farts. It's a natural part of life. If you enjoyed from this videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content. Thanks for watching.